Current event time, gang. With 7 Robot Masters down, that leaves just 1 to go. And that means it's time to face Mr. Sparkling Personality himself, the man they call Dynamo. The first thing you'll notice when you teleport into Dynamo Man's stage are these bomb blocks. It's a good idea to shoot the blue ones, but not so much the red, as the latter will generally expose danger or otherwise become a hassle if you do shoot them down. In fact, Roller herself has a message flat out stating not to shoot the red blocks that you'll see in the CD video. And speaking of the CDs, you might have just saw that one get in my way. That's going to become a recurring theme in this stage, and if I did pick one up, I would consider it to be a failed take. Luckily, that never happened in any of these runs. Once you get past that opening stretch, you're going to come across the level's main gimmick in these conveyor belts. And the way they work is that the longer you stay on them, the faster they're going to move. This is why not shooting the red blocks is a good idea, as you can just stand on them and let the conveyor belts come to a dead stop. In fact, we're going to take the next few sets of blocks to make our way over to a nice little vantage point where we can snipe a Sniper Joe. Not that we need to, mind you, but you might as well take any advantage the game can give you. And once again, that advantage is given to base because, let's face it, even if Mega Man could get himself up to those red blocks above, what would be the point? Sniper Joe's not going to follow the Mega Buster from up there. Yeah, it's just another case where this game really shows its favoritism to base instead of the blue bomber. I personally think this mini-boss is also geared more for base than Mega Man. You'll see why in a little bit. Anyway, you see these cannons, you'll have to shoot them in their eyes to stun them temporarily. The main reason you'll want to stun them is so you can hit the hatches they come out from above. They're your real target here. The eyes can do 2 things. They can shoot out this green goop, or they can fire the world's slowest homing laser. But if 2 are around, they can team up and create a laser. The reason why I find this fight easier as base is you can double jump over it. Oops, I did not mean to pull out the ice wall here, and that kind of screwed up my timing, and yeah. Well, you know, it happens. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, once you take out one hatch, the fight's pretty much over. What you really want to do is shoot the eye under the hatch you just destroyed, and then immediately hit the eye on the other side, which will cause the other hatch to spontaneously combust for some reason. Don't ask me, I don't know either. Now, that doesn't tell you why I like this stage, and let me go over that real quick. Notice how all 3 gimmicks in this stage, or obstacles that we come across, are introduced and then built up throughout the stage. Blue bomb blocks, shoot them. Red ones, don't. That's 1. The conveyor belts, they teach you that there's going to be fire mets and monopillons around, and sure enough, here they are. And as they go, they don't just make it like an instant death scenario like, say, Magic Man with the train ride of Doom. That was not a fun part for me, and in fact is one of my least favorite stretches in the whole game. But here, you're used to them, you know they're coming. In fact, there's going to be 1 more on the screen. And the final gimmick was the pitch black room, and even then, the first room is the only one without spikes, and that teaches you, hey, you might want to follow the light. Anyway, for this last monopellon coming up, what you want to do normally is get the conveyor belt going full speed and then dash along. But because I'm trying to avoid the CD, I need to do a little magic with copy vision there. And now that it's done, we can bolt on into the shutter and face a boss that is kind of tricky. Dynamo Man's always going to start the battle by jumping at you. Then he's going to skate right at you, only to move to the opposite wall. Once he gets to the opposite wall, he's going to go on the attack. He can do 1 of 3 things here. But the thing you're going to be seeing the most are these lightning rods. Now, the thing about them is you have to watch out for the 3rd one he tosses out. You either have to shoot it down, or, as I much prefer, jump over his base or slide under it as Mega. The fact of the matter is, it is a very simple one that you should constantly be firing at outside of that 3rd rod. He does have some other attacks, though, and we're about to see the hardest one of them all, in my opinion, in the lightning bolt. He'll charge these 3 orbs around him, and now watch his head here. Once it moves forward, take 2 steps forward. The lightning's going to go away, 2 steps forward. The lightning goes away again, 2 steps forward. It is a very tough attack, and to make matters worse, the guy can go and heal himself halfway through the fight. In fact, he got about a quarter of his health back just because I was a little slow shooting both sides of his recharge station down. The good news is, with moves like the Lightning Bolt, you can use Copy Vision to stop it. Not there, though, as I was a little slow. But it's okay, because we've almost got this battle done. And this time we are going to get the Copy Vision trick down right. And with one more shot, Dynamo Man's power has run out. So that Lightning Bolt attack of Dynamo Man's is pretty tough to dodge. You have a half second from when his head first moves forward to when the first set strikes down. When those disappear and the next one after that, you have a half second to get out of the way of the next wave. That means you pretty much have to get moving within a quarter to a third of a second to avoid that attack. Yikes. As for our version of the Lightning Bolt, well, it's now spelled correctly, unlike the Super Famicom version. It's also a screen-clearing attack, but it just doesn't pack the power of a Remote Mine, Ice Wall, or Wave Burner. The good thing about it, though, is that it can be used defensively, because you are invulnerable as long as it's active. Pretty good for the late game stages, as you're going to find out. And that's because with all 8 Robot Masters down, we have reached the late game stages, as the path to King's Tower is being blocked off by something. Wait a minute, what? Oh, we're just gonna have to go there and do something about it next time. Yep.